Yeah, I know what y'all guys thinking. Omega is wrong? Fortunately, yes. And in fact, this will be my final verdict of Tsunayoshi Sawada. This will be the conclusion of his power scaling. The final video, I swear it. I know you're tired of me talking about this guy, but I have Hitman Reborn fevers, you know. I got butterflies in my stomach because I heard some good news about the animation company bringing it back. I don't know. Anyway, people, listen. I swear to you, this will be my final video on him. In fact, my other videos, I did good getting them up there, you know, to Universal Plus. But this scaling is so vast. You're definitely not gonna believe this. I'm just telling you now. I suggest y'all stick around to find out just how truly powerful this kid really is by the end of the story. Anyway, let's begin. So, before I get to his scaling, I want to go over one more time of the power system of, this whole series. It'll be brief, I swear. Honestly, if you got a better understanding of the power system, you'll understand where I was scaling him by the end of this video. So, let's just start off with wave energy. Now, wave energy in this series, or Hadu, that's how you say it, I think that's how you say Hadu, is basically the wave of life force that flows within the human body. And the size and balance of the wave of any individual is determined at birth, and it has been heavily hinted that members of the same bloodline tend to share similar wave balance. Just like the rings and the box weapons, the waves are classified according to the 7 flames of the sky. Now, while humans have a number of waves of different attributes flowing inside themselves, usually one of these waves actually has the capacity to ignite the flame of a ring. And also cases of individuals with multiple waves that can light up flames and thus can carry rings and boxes of different attributes are known to exist, such as Goku Deras. And pretty much Goku Deras, and still, even among those, it's rare to find someone to become skilled enough to use flames and boxes of different attributes in battle. And accidentally, individuals that possesses a sky attributes wavelength are regarded to be exceptionally rare. Now we got the wave energy out of the way. You have a better understanding of wave energy. What are the 7 flames of the sky? So pretty much these are the power systems. Wave energy is basically your power source. The 7 flames of the sky is basically also a power source, but it's manifested through the wave energy. So let me give you a better understanding. So before I introduce you to the 7 dying wheel flames, let me give you information about the dying wheel flame itself. So, Desperation Flame, as the VIC translations, is regarded as the symbol of the mafia world. And like fingerprints or voices, each dying wheel flame has a different shape and distinct characteristic. So, that's basically the whole premise of what a dying wheel flame is, right? Pretty much, as the story progresses, it became more of a central element and is currently the source of pretty much most of the supernatural powers seen within the series. Now, the very nature of the dying wheel flame is described to be a high density form of energy that is refined from one's own life force. You heard that right, people. One's own life force is not an actual flame. Stop saying it's an actual flame. It's not. Okay? And due to the way it resonates with one's emotions, it has been regarded as a type of battle aura. And unlike the aura, which is a supernatural phenomenon that can only be seen by a few individuals, the dying will flame is in many ways more alike to a real flame, possessing even its own destructive properties. So it looks like a flame, it works like a real flame, but it's not an actual flame. Okay, it have the same, like for sky flames, it has the same heat, but it's not the actual flame. Okay. Now, downward flames are graded accordingly to their purity, and which has a direct relationship of the strength of an individual's resolve, aka willpower. This makes the purity of the flames basically a reflection of the strength and size of a person's determination. And among other things, this rate of purity serves to indicate how much of the special characteristics of the flames are drawn out. Each flame attribute is pretty much have its own special characteristic, and flames must be used using a ring that pretty much has a level equivalent to the purity of the flame. If the wearer wears a ring with a lower, flame purity, the ring will break and is unable to withstand the force of the flame. This can often be seen with Hibari. Yeah, I think this is Hibari. It's been a while since I watched it, okay? So Hibari, 10 years in the future, it has a low level of rings that broke after being used, as they are not able to withstand extremely intense intensity of his flames. Now there's also a 8th element called the Flame of Night, but I will get to that later on because that is a big deal in this video. Now there are 2 kinds of dying will flames: the 7 flames of the sky and the 7 flames of the earth. However, there are also several special flames that do not belong in any of these categories. Now I'm going to discuss of the flame types, and then I will move forward to the scaling. Okay, I want y'all to have a better understanding. So pretty much this, dying wheel flames of the sky are named after the weather phenomena of the sky and the sky itself. There's storm, rain, sun, lightning, cloud, and mist. However, while they are all referred as flames, some attributes actually have properties more similar to their nature element, which, as water and as electricity. There are other types of flame or dying wheel that can be used by many members of any family. So these are the special characteristics of the 7 flames of the sky. So the sky flame has harmony. The storm flame has disintegration. Flame rain has tranquility. Sun flame has activation. Lightning flame has hardening. Mist flame has construction, and the cloud flame has propagation, or something like that. I don't know. Now the dying wheel flames of earth are rival to the 7 flames of the sky. Keep that in mind. They are rival to the 7 flames of the sky, and are the trademark of the Simon Familia, which each flame represents an aspect of earth and appears to match with their respective scaling sky flame. So they were pretty much rivaling the sky flame and stuff like that. These 7 types of flames seems to belong to the Simons or Simons or however you say it, as they are the only family that have rings with respective elements. So the earth flame has gravity. The swap flame has flamination or something like that. This unnamed earth flame, not much is known about this one, as a Karu, I think it's Karu, yeah, was taken away by the Venice before he could use it. And all that's known is that Karu can use it to cause severe lacerations in his opponents, whatever the fuck that means. The Forest Flame has realization. The Mountain Flame has tuning. The Desert Flame has a hallucination. And the Glacier Flame has freezing. Now, I don't want to make this a very long video, guys. I just want to have y'all have a better understanding of how the power system works before I get into the scaling. So, let's just hop into the scaling, right? So, pretty much, remember when I say, he did the Big Bang thing, right? It has the power of the Big Bang. He needs the power of the Big Bang in order to destroy the black hole, right? Yes, that would technically make him universal. But, this is a but, I overlook some things. So, remember when he actually destroyed those 6 black holes and he's supposed to one-shot this villain? Unfortunately, that attack didn't work. In fact, he survived it. He surely was, severely damaged, but he survived it and he began healing. Which would mean that pretty much the villain named Demon, I think it's Demon Spade? Yeah, Demon Spade has universal durability. And not only that, but Reborn himself said that Tsuna used all of his spiritual energy and physical energy in that attack, meaning he could not do anything else within that form. Or in fact, he went out of the form and he couldn't move. The dude survived. And what makes Tsuna even more impressive is that when he gets the Oath Flame, right? He becomes a lot more powerful than he was before with the Vengolia gear. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, look. The way he got the Oath of Flame is when he combined his ring with the gravity ring, which is pretty much the other sky ring. Or the Earth Flame. My bad. The Earth Flame. I gotta correct myself. Which will make this a special flame. And the special flames are known to be not categorized fit to any relays of flames classes, whether from the Dying Will Flames or the Sky, or Dying Will Flames of the Earth. It's just completely separate. This will make his shit even more powerful because, honestly, it's because of his goddamn 4D ability, which allows him to go down it's allowed him to pass down the abilities and power boost from his past and from other users. Now, how strong did he get? Well, honestly, I don't know what the fuck was happening here, but I don't know if he turned to flames. But I never seen him do that before. Honestly, look. Tsuna is a lot more powerful because he actually was a threat to this Daemon character. And of course, this Daemon character has the ability to send you to a different dimension. And yes, you did said dimension in a thing. Some people say, oh no, he's an illusionary world, and therefore it's not a universe, but he says the dimension. Now it should be like a smaller, smaller compact dimension, but he actually can make dimensions. Now look, this man even said himself that black holes cannot hold him. Of course, he was losing a lot of energy to fight, which is why he got stuck by the black hole. But he said this is not enough power to get me. So pretty much he can also resist black holes. In fact, this motherfucker actually cuts a fucking star. Like, he cuts a star in half like it's nothing. He said that it won't even work against me. That shows how strong he is. Oh my fucking god. Like, oh, it's fucking insane. Especially when he actually tanked the Big Bang Blast. Like, oh my god, dude. This dude is universal. universal. And he's way beyond that because he was actually like, yeah, I can just heal and stuff like that. But when Tsuna got that old flame, oh boy, you have no idea how strong he is. Like, I don't even know how strong he is. All I know is that he was a complete threat to this guy. And he was like, yo, I gotta get out of here. Because, you know, fucking Tsuna, he's on a fucking another level. And in fact, he was going to one-shot him. Yep, he was literally going to one-shot him with his old flame. And in fact, he was getting the upper hand, speed blitzing him. Well, he wasn't speed blitzing him, more like he was controlling the gravity so he couldn't move as much. And he seems very slower to him. But honestly, yeah, he got even more powerful. And he actually can destroy souls. Yes, he can destroy souls because he left the body of the person he was trying to take, you know, pretty much possess, and he destroyed his soul. What the fuck? This will actually put Old Flame. This is Old Flame. Tsuna is Universal Plus, and he's not even at his final fucking form. Yes, he's not even in his final form. Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about what y'all here for, right? So, remember how those? I think it's a better way to explain it if I explain the trinicid, or I think that's what you say. Actually, hold on. So pretty much it's called the trinicid. So the trinicid is pretty much a 3 set of 7 artifacts which exist to keep the world in balance. And they are made up of the Mar rings, the Vengolia rings, and the Arcabanenio. Actually, let me get that right. I don't want to butcher that one. So pretty much the Arcabaleno. That's pretty much what it is. So I had to actually see how to pronounce that. So yes, the Mar rings, the Vengola rings, and the Arcabaneno. I'll probably butcher that again. Arcobaleno. Yeah, Barcareno pacifiers. So what is this? Why is this relevant? Well, you gotta get an understanding of why these rings are so goddamn important. So pretty much the trinicid is a device that guides the growth and development on life on Earth and maintain a balance in its life force. There are 21 artifacts in total, which is a set of 7 powered by attributes of the dying wills of the sky. So it's considered the foundation of the world, and the Arcabaleno are sacrificed in order to protect it. The pacifiers are administrated by Checkerface, who will go by any means to protect them, and the rings are passed down by humans. Yep. Throughout the rings, although the rings are powerful in their own right, Checkerface doesn't concern himself with them, and largely seems like the primary contribution, or I'm trying to pronounce it, tongue twister. And the trinicid almost negligible. Fucking fuck, man. Ain't that hard. So what is the power system for this? So the trinicid song is a song that has been engraved in Yumi's mind since birth. And the song is about 3 trinicid owners, the Vengola, the Mar, and the Arcabaneno. In the role in the space-time axis, yeah. So the sea knows no bound. I think it's the clam. Yeah. The sea knows no bounds. The clam passes down its form from generation to generation. The rainbow appears from time to time before fading away. What does this all mean? That's the song, but what does it mean? It's a short song, but what does it mean? So this is pretty much the power scaling right here. This is the big shit. So pretty much, honestly, each element of the Trinacent has its own individual and unique power, which represents by their names. So the pretty much the Vengola rings miracle is pretty much the ability to travel down the vertical space-time axis, meaning it's traveling down through time. Yeah, traveling down through time. And it is represented by the name Vengola, which is Italian for clan. And this power allows Vengola to move through generations down the vertical space-time axis. This means the Vengola traditions can be passed down directly from the past to the future. You heard that right. From the past to the future, they can give you power. Now, the example of this miracle is the Vengola trial, which occurs when the Vengola successor is at a near-death situation. They are given a test of resolve by his predecessors to see if the successor has what it takes to lead the Vengola. And I'm going Geo. So Geo, the first Vengola boss, explained this by saying that all the bosses' hours has been engraved into the ring. And the current Vengola boss can also communicate with his predecessors. Those wills has been sealed in the ring. Yes, in the ring is pretty much the power of the past. Yes, it's pretty much what it is. Now, what about the other ones? Because they are actually important. The Mar Rings miracle pretty much is the ability to travel horizontally along the space-time axis, and is represented by the name Mar, which is pretty much Italian for sea. And the Mar rings have the ability to move horizontally along the space-time axis, giving the ability to see into parallel worlds, or pretty much parallel worlds. Yeah. And the ability allows the users to peer into and gain knowledge and communicate with other worlds. The ability is best shown by Barakuran, which Tsuna fought, who used his power to gain the best of each world to create a powerful force to conquer all of them. And this right here, it says that the sea has no bounds, and literally it means that it is endless. Remember that, it's endless. So the Acrobanano pacifier's miracle is the ability to exist in points in space and time, and is represented by the name Acrobanano, which is translated, pretty much translated to be rainbow. And the difference between the Acrobanano's pacifier and its Trinicid's counterpart is that, unlike the other 2/3 of the artifacts, which exist in as lines in the space-time axis, the pacifier exists in moments or phases. Thus, the holders of the pacifier cannot grow. They cannot grow or die. Yep. And to be fair, they exist in status until the point where they are forcibly removed from their position as Arcabanano. That's it. That's Tricinit. Remember that. Now, while the Simon rings are not part of the Trinacent, they are a physical form of the universe power. What the fuck? What do you mean? They are, like I said, they are the physical form of the universe power. Just like the Trinacent. And its power is said to be comparable of the Vengola rings. Well, yeah, that you heard that right. Literally, like the Trinacent, it's pretty much a physical form of the universe power. Yep. This is universal. Yep. It's confirming it's universal. The Vengola rings are universal. They are actually 4D. So come on. Yep. More do you want? So basically, the Vengola rings are lynched with the past boss's time and can physically affect and change the rings of the wearer, and believes to have inherited its will, granting them a power boost. So yeah, just yeah. And also the physical pacifiers are linked to the souls, which cannot, without their flames will die, as with its Arcabano. So pretty much, yeah. Now, people, now we're gonna get to the good shit. The good shit. Now, people, listen. You need a better understanding of what this will mean. Now, the Arcabano pacifier is one of the 3 sets of the trinacria, and it's a device that guides the growth and development of the earth. Blah blah blah. You already know this, right? Well, I bet you want it right. What does this have to do with anything? Well, it has a lot to do with it, because pretty much out of all of the pretty much the trinacria, right? All of it. They are in fact the first and strongest set of artifacts pardoned from the original trinacria, holding the most power of the 3, and it carries the Arcabano, or pretty much the Arcabano, the chosen 7, which is the strongest flame users of the sky in each generation. Now the other sets of the trinacria are, the golden rings and the marbles. But you heard that right, people. The pacifiers are more powerful, and they actually the strongest, surpassing even the Gola rings and the Mar rings. Now the pacifiers are seen to be directly physically and spiritually linked to the Arcabano, as none of them ever have removed the pacifier from that person. And the only exception is with, during the 3 minutes of time the Arcabano was able to use the rainbow wristwatch, where it actually, revert to their bodies temporarily. And even on death, after checker face comes to remove the flames of the current Arcabano's pacifiers, they appear attached to the empty stone, pacifiers, and they're left behind with flameless and crippled or dead. So yeah. So let's get into the juicy shit, the big juicy shit, the real shit. So there's a little thing called the clear pacifier, right? And it was possessed by the former strongest Arcabano, Bermuda. And the existence of this pacifier was unknown even to Reborn, who is an expert in the mouth of the world. Upon seeing this pacifier, Reborn was visibly frustrated, and the Venus would not tell him how they came to possess it. And before the current Arcabano became babies, Checkerface was seen holding a clear pacifier in Reborn's nightmares memories. Now, also, it's been later been revealed that all the other Arcabanos meant to be discarded, the flames of the Bermuda's pacifier was taken by Checkerface. And like others, his pacifier was meant to turn into stone as well. And he meant to die or bodily be disabled. Well, however, Bermuda's filled with the pacifier with different flames made of pure anger and hatred. And he possessed the power that surpassed human existence, known as the Flame of Night. Now, we're in the territory, people. We're in the final stretch. Now, look. When he says the power that surpassed human existence, that can mean a lot of things. That can also mean, he surpassed a lot of, all the, technology, strength, intelligence, or the world of the humans itself, which is Earth. Or it could be all of above. I literally had a discussion with one of my people in Discord about this statement. But But people, we have to go back and look what this means. Basically, it's saying here, or what he's saying here, is that he created another flame, another life force that powers his pacifier in order to be staying alive. Remember, they die when they get their life force taken. He literally, with his willpower alone, created a new flame. Even though he needs the wave energy in order to do it, he completely ignores this. And with pure hatred and pure vindictiveness, he created a power that surpassed human existence. So pretty much this power powers the pacifier that can exist in space-time axis, any point of time. This power would actually make him 4D. This person makes him 4D. And the flame of night itself is also 4D. But if they actually is the strongest of all the rings, like all the trinacent, if it is the strongest of the trinacent, that will mean it puts him even above the physical embodiment of reality, which is the sign of rings, and the Mar rings, which you can see through every possible world. This will make him also, this will actually make them around. Oh, okay, look, I'm not gonna get to there yet, but listen, just know, keep that in mind in your head, 4D power. So basically, in a nutshell, for a better understanding of this flame surpassing human existence, the flame is basically one's own life force converted into flames, a high dense energy that is more powerful than the stronger the one's will. And so not only this person resisted dying, having their life force taken from him, but created his own life force out of vengeance, which probably what I'm trying to get at is that without your pacifier flame, you die, and the flame is to keep you unaffected by time itself. And created by a flame is more powerful than the pacifiers combined. All the Arcabanos combined, because he's the strongest Arcabano, which is stated to be even more powerful than the Vengoli rings and Mar rings and Simon rings. And, obviously that possesses 4D power, like Vengola and Simon rings being the physical embodiment of the universe. And Mar rings that can see into the endless dimensional assets and communicate the experience of the parallel worlds. Tsuna goes to fight this person, right? Because he's basically the final villain. Now, him being the final villain, he is it's been stated he's the strongest Arcanino, because literally he removes his pacifier and now he uses full power against Tsuna. And honestly, he can actually amplify his power, his body. I don't know how much, but he can amplify it and be empowered by the flame of night. And he can use his flame of night to warp around instantaneously, or as I say in my other video. So what I'm trying to get at here. So honestly, I'm gonna go back to Tsuna. Tsuna going into I'm tripping. When he goes into his final form was stated by Reborn that he does not need weapons in this form. What do I mean by that? Well, what I've been saying this whole time about, the power system. The rings literally have 4D power. And what happens? It breaks because Tsuna doesn't really need that. He doesn't really need weapons. That form doesn't need weapons, as he stated. And yes, pretty much his Vangala ring has been transformed into weapons. gauntlets and stuff like that. It's shattered when he goes into this form because pretty much he has reached the final stage of ultimate dying will. And in this form, Bermuda even notices that, hey, that's the same mental state that I had when I achieved the power that surpassed human existence. I say exist. Come on, existence. So what does this mean? That means Tsuna has the same fucking power level, if not greater, than Bunon's. Because literally what Reborn is saying is that this dying will is above all other dying wills that has ever been shown. I mean, it's not directly saying it, but he said it's the most. It's higher than everything. It's higher than what he even had. This would actually put him way beyond the Mar, the Mar ring with the its flame and shit like that, and it will actually put him way above the flame of night, which is pretty much way more powerful than the flames of the Arcabanos, which you need that in order to stay in time and stuff like that. And he actually absolutely punks him. He actually punks Bermuda like nothing. His flame of night didn't mean anything to him. It really didn't. Now, since the Simon rings are, now I'm gonna get to the power scale. So the Simon rings are physically embodiment of reality, right? So the rings should be around 3A or low 2C, right? So if that's the case, and if the pretty much the flames of night is stronger, and because you have the Aquabar and the flame, and pretty much Arcanos are way more powerful. So what is this saying? And that if that's the case, then basically Tsuna will be borderline, drum roll please, because he scales above the Vingala rings and the ring in the flame of night, because his ultimate dying will mode was stated to by Reborn that he does not need any weapons in this form, meaning that the Vingala rings that was transformed into weapons wasn't needed, even though it converts his life energy into flames. But he can do this on the fly. And also the person that had the flame of that surpassed human existence, pretty much stated that Tsuna has reached his final stage of dying, which meaning Tsuna has the power that surpassed human existence as well, but far greater, due to the fact that how nonchalant he was throughout the fight, and using his instantaneous teleportation to try to speed blitz to Tsuna, but it failed to do so and got one-shotted. And Tsuna's ultimate dying will mode was stated that is the will that surpasses all dying wills, meaning he's far above the ring's power and the pacifiers, which is borderline 2C. Well, it'd be like around, at least low 2C or possibly 2C. So pretty much take the pick. So yes, people, I knew I blew your minds. I knew y'all probably like, holy shit, this kid is a lot more underrated than I thought. And then you'd be right. I mean, Tsuna is literally, if not the second strongest fire user in Shonen Jump. Like 0 Point Blank. I mean, Shiro Benjamin is up there. But besides that, Tsuna, he's the second strongest. Sorry, Natsu fans. It's just not happening. But yeah, people, tell me what you guys think about this. I know this is fucking crazy. I bet y'all are tired of this guy already. Like I told you, I promise this is the final video of his power scaling. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this scaling. And make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit that notification bell. You don't miss out on any more videos like these. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.